40s. But come Friday, the temperature will be warming up to the single negative digits. Dave Phillips with Environment Canada says this flip-flop of cold and warm weather is due to systems meeting right over top of the province.
Cold air from the north duking it out with the milder air from the Pacific.
On top of the cold, more snow. Regina and Saskatoon could see another 2 to 4 centimeters by tonight. Natalie Geddes, News Talk Radio, Regina.
Now, the cold has forced the closure of some schools in busing, so listen up. Here we go. Chief Pasqua School closed. Standing Buffalo School closed. That's buses and schools there. The Prairie Valley School Division is telling us busing is canceled, but schools are remaining open in Balgony, Bethune, Edenwald, Grand Coulee, Lumsden, Milestone, Pence, Pilot Butte, Regina, Regina Beach, and White City. The George Gordon First Nation just telephoned, telling us school buses aren't running to the George Gordon Education Center, Punishai Elementary, and Punishai High School. Regina's fire department has been called out to a car crash north of the city, just outside the Ipsco Wildlife Park. Traffic is getting a little slow through there. People driving by are telling us emergency crews cut the passenger out of the vehicle at Highway 6 and Armour Road. As for the roads in the province, the deep freeze isn't causing too much trouble. Most roads are reporting good winter driving with just a few trouble spots around Assiniboia. Coming up, despite valiant efforts, a 3-year-old girl couldn't be saved. But first, CJME weather on the ones.
A mix of sun and cloud today. We may get some afternoon flurries this afternoon. Today's high minus 16 degrees as the cold snap is beginning to break. Overnight lows, the temperature will actually climb overnight to minus 6. Tomorrow, cloudy and a high of minus 3. But right now, still cold, clear sky, and minus 33 degrees. Weather on the ones this morning for Wood Country and McLean, Estevan, and Tisdale.
CJME News Time 7:33. News on demand at newstalk980.com. Biting cold and bone-chilling wind were just the least of the problems for firefighters in Saskatoon. CJME's Chris Carr joins us from the scene of a fatal fire that happened last night.
A 3-year-old girl died after being pulled from a burning suite last night. Battalion Chief Mike Vokes says fire crews were called out to an apartment on Avenue X just south of 18th Street a little before 9 o'clock.
When crews arrived, they found the apartment with heavy smoke and heavy heat. Did an initial search. They were able to locate the little girl in a fairly short time and removed her.
Sadly, the child was in a cardiac arrest and died in hospital. The Vokes says she was not alone in the apartment at the time, but he can't give any more details because the investigation is just beginning. Chris Carr, News Talk Radio, Saskatoon.
Well, a nuclear debate is finding its way back on the agenda. CJME senior reporter Sarah Mills is telling us this morning the government is trying to find the role the province can play in both the development of nuclear power and nuclear medicine.
Brad Wall thinks we could do more to develop the abundance of uranium underneath us, and that includes working in partnership with a private company to use small nuclear reactors to add to the current coal-dominated power grid.
I think you're going to see an interest by a company that's got more credibility than most.
Now, this technology is quite a ways into the future, but medical isotopes and nuclear medicine aren't. Wall thinks we should be utilizing the talents and technology already dominating in this field.
There's opportunities for cyclotron-generated isotopes that would link very well at the synchrotron.
And expect that to link to the first PET scan in the province. Saskatchewan is just one of 2 provinces that doesn't have one. Sarah Mills, News Talk Radio, Regina.
By the way, a PET scan is the next level up in diagnostic imaging. It provides a little more depth and detail than CT scans or an MRI. One of the hottest singers on the planet is going to be coming to Saskatchewan. Katy Perry will perform at Regina's Brant Center July 13th. She made the announcement yesterday on Facebook. Careful to make sure she included the Great White North.